What's going on, everyone? How y'all doing today? Kaiochia here, coming with some more Road to Master Ball tier Pokemon Shield double battles. Now, if you guys remember in last week's episode, which was on Thursday, I believe, we ended up going ahead and taking, I think, 2 losses and 1 win. But we are here today to go ahead and bounce back and go ahead and get ourselves at least 2 wins for today. I'm trying to go ahead and at least get 2 wins. We are still in Pokeball tier number 4, which is good, but what I am doing right now is actually still going ahead and training up those 3 Pokemon that I did introduce in the update video for episode number 13. So, what we're going to be doing is going ahead and still using the same team that we've been using from before, and we're going to see if we can pick up a couple of W's. So if you guys want to go ahead and watch this video, feel free. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. Also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload these videos, and share this video with your friends, because if they love Pokemon as much as I do, then they're going to get a kick out of these videos. So let's get in today's video. Alright guys, so like I said, let's get in today's video. And the reason why I don't have my team in the original party is because I am currently trying to go ahead and shiny hunt for shiny Squirtle. Now, I'm already at a count of 620, I believe, but I'm gonna keep going until we go ahead and get ourselves that shiny. So for now, what we are going to be going up against is a person named Steven, and he is rank 4 as us, and he's got himself a Tyranitar, Excadrill, Umbreon, Sylveon, Inteleon, and Grimmsnarl. Now, I honestly can go ahead and say that the Umbreon is definitely going to be part of this, is going to be part of the threat. Is a major threat. And the Tyranitar and Excadrill is something to not sleep on, but I think what I can do for myself is actually go ahead and bring out the Duraludon first, because I honestly think that Duraludon puts in so much work against this team. And I can also go ahead and bring out Salazzle, because Salazzle actually puts in a lot of work with its burns and stuff like that. And if we can switch out the Grimmsnarl and Salazzle at different endpoints, then it should work perfectly. And I think for the last mon, we'll definitely bring Gyarados, because we can go ahead and bring out that late game Earthquake and Waterfall to go ahead and definitely become a nuisance. So, depending on what my opponent brings out, I honestly can say that he'll probably bring out the Tyranitar Excadrill to go ahead and get the Sand Rush and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and see. So he actually starts things off with the Grimmsnarl Inteleon lead. So, if I had to make a guess, I think the Grimmsnarl is definitely going to go for the Fake Out here. And then he probably might Dynamax the Inteleon, if I had to make a guess. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll Fake Out the Grimmsnarl, and I'll go ahead and I'll Dynamax right away into the Grimmsnarl slot. Because I honestly think that the Inteleon at this point is not that big of a threat in my case. Because the Inteleon can go ahead and just... Okay, so he's going to go ahead and Dynamax or Gigantamax, one of the two. I'm pretty sure it might be the Inteleon that he Oh, yeah. So he actually Dynamaxes the Inteleon. Okay. So, like I said before, the Inteleon is not going to really be that much of a big threat, but depending on where its spread is at, then it might be a major threat. So, I'm going to go ahead and Dynamax my Duraludon, my Gigantamax my Duraludon here. And I'm going to go into the Grimmsnarl slot, because I know for a fact that the Grimmsnarl is definitely going to be the more of like the annoying nuisance in this case. Just because of the fact that, okay, so We basically went for the same play here. But apparently his Grimmsnarl is faster than my Grimmsnarl. So he actually went for my Grimmsnarl. And I'm going to go for his Grimmsnarl and actually raise up my defense. And he's actually a Life Orb Inteleon. Okay, so that's good to know. So we basically almost had the same ideal in a situation to go after each other's Grimmsnarls because that's just funny. But I think what I can do now is actually bring out my Gyarados at this point because Gyarados is actually at a neutral standpoint with the Inteleon. And then since my... Okay, so here comes the Umbreon. So I already had a feeling that the Umbreon was going to come out. But here comes my Gyarados, and since my Duraludon has a +1 in its defense, this is not going to do that much damage. And I'm going to go for the G-Max depletion onto the Inteleon, because that way my weakness policy can activate and I can get a +2 in my special attack and special defense. And I know that the Umbreon is definitely going to be more of like a supporter. So here comes the Max Guard. Okay, so that's actually a better play on his point. Here comes the Earthquake. It's not going to do that much damage to my Duraludon. But I end up doing the G-Max depletion into the Inteleon slot. Which I should have done it into the Umbreon instead. But... here comes the Snarl. Oh my god, that's actually going to lower my special attack. Okay, so... and it's a leftovers Umbreon. Okay. So I think what I'll do here is I'll go in on the Umbreon instead of the Inteleon, because the Inteleon is really not doing that much stuff to me as at this point. The Inteleon is basically just there to go ahead and just be a nuisance in my thought process. Because it's got the Max Geyser and it went for Protect, or Max Guard in this case. So it only has 3 moves in its disposal. Maybe 2. I'm not sure. But the Umbreon is more of the major threat, like I said before. So here comes the Max Darkness, and he's going to go into my Duraludon here. But my Duraludon is definitely going to live. So he's got a Dark-type move and a Water-type move. And that was his last turn of Dynamax too. So here comes the Waterfall. That's going to do some major damage to the Umbreon. And here comes the G-Max depletion to probably seal the deal. Yep, it seals the deal on the Umbreon. Let's go. Okay. So that's 2 of his Mons down, and I got 1 Mon down on my side. Here comes Tyranitar. Tyranitar is definitely going to be a major threat. I just have to go ahead and not use super effective moves on the Tyranitar until like late game. That's what I have to do. So what I'm gonna do is actually go for the bounce on the Inteleon, and I'm gonna go for the Dark Pulse onto the Inteleon slot as well. Because I'm pretty sure the Tyranitar's got the weakness policy. And the only Mon that I have left is Salazzle. So here comes a Dark Pulse. So he went for the same thing. I think what I should do... I don't know. Should I go for the Will-O-Wisp or should I go for the Venoshock? Because once I make the move, I'm stuck with it. It's only if they're poisoned, though. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to go for broke. I'm gonna go for the Venoshock. Goes for the Protect, man. Are you serious? Ah, man. And here comes the Rock Slide. That's gonna hurt. He is playing this really well. I can't do anything. I choked this game. Yeah. GG's to my opponent. I mean, he really put in work with his team. There was nothing that I can do at that point. GG's. Alright, guys. We found ourselves another trainer. This trainer is going to go ahead and have a rain team in a sense, I guess. He's going to have Politoed, Kingdra, Toxapex, Togekiss, Rillaboom, and Incineroar. If I really had to make a guess here, I honestly think that Venusaur and Salazzle puts in a lot of work. But I'm definitely going to have to bring in my Grimmsnarl. And I'm going to have to bring in Dragapult, I think. To go ahead and kind of counteract against the Togekiss and Kingdra. And then probably go ahead... I'm thinking that Incineroar is going to come in. I honestly think that Incineroar is going to come in, so I'm going to have to go with my Gyarados on this one. The gut's telling me to go with Gyarados because I honestly think the Incineroar is going to come in, and definitely that Rillaboom is going to be really a major threat at this point. So if I bring in... Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good idea. The Grimmsnarl with... the Grimmsnarl and Venusaur... I think that's actually a very good idea. I don't even think he had enough time to be able to actually choose a team, but he could have went ahead and chose his 4 Mons. But let's go ahead and see what he's going to be rocking with. So we went off with the Politoed Kingdra. And I went off with, of course, my Grimmsnarl and Salazzle. I honestly think that Salazzle has a bad matchup at this point. But I think what I can do is actually go for the Fake Out on the Kingdra. And I think what I can do is actually go for the Toxic. So he's gonna Dynamax. I think he's Dynamaxing the Kingdra. Yeah, he Dynamaxed the Kingdra. Come on! The Fake Out is not gonna do anything because it doesn't flinch Dynamax Pokemon. Here comes the Helping Hand. The Fake Out on the Kingdra. And I hit the Toxic. That's major. That is major right there. And the Max Geyser. And that's definitely going to go ahead and knock out my Salazzle. But hey, that's fine by me. I'm not really worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all. So he's a Life Orb Kingdra. And with the poison that's going ahead and, hurting him gradually, that's really going to be helpful. So, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to bring out my Venusaur. And what my Venusaur is going to do is going to go ahead and be of a major threat at this point. Because what I'm going to do at now is that I'm actually going to go ahead and hit the Leech Seed onto the Politoed. Here comes another Helping Hand. And I'm going to go for the Light Screen. Max Airstream. Oh, no. Oh, my God, Venusaur. Oh, my God, but I don't think he's going to live in order to get his, Okay, so I think what I'm going to have to do is actually switch out my Venusaur. I get the Leech Seed. He might have Hurricane. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch out my Venusaur so I can go ahead and go and get some juice and go ahead and bring him back in later. So he's going to go for Protect this time. That's fine by me, because I'm going to go for the Reflect. Here comes another Max Airstream. It's going to go into my Gyarados. That's not going to do that much damage. That's fine. Sapping the life out of Politoed here. That's perfectly fine by me. But that poison is starting to rack up on that Kingdra. Every once in a while, it's starting to rack up, and that's a good thing. So I'm going to go into the Politoed here, and I'm going to go for the Outrage, hoping that it connects onto the Kingdra. But it's a 50-50%, it's a 50-50 chance that I actually go ahead and hit the Kingdra with the Outrage. He withdraws the Kingdra. Okay, that was actually... And he's going to go into Togekiss. So now I'm hoping that I can go ahead and hit the Outrage on the Politoed. Hit it. Outrage actually connects and hits the Politoed. That's good. And he's got a Berry. I'm thinking that's a Citrus? Yeah. Here comes the Scald. Onto the Grimmsnarl. I get burned, but that's fine. I'm not really too worried about that. So, as of this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch out my Grimmsnarl and I'm going to go into Venusaur. I think this is a dumb play. I honestly think that this is a really dumb play. But I'm going to risk it. And maybe the Togekiss will go into the Gyarados instead. But I'm not sure. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. So here comes the Venusaur. Politoed goes for Protect. Okay, it's not going to hit the Togekiss. I get confused, but Gyarados is fine with that. Here comes the Dazzling Gleam. Okay, that barely does anything to Venusaur. That's good. That is good. That is tremendous right there. Okay. I get the Black Sludge. I get a little bit of health back. The Gyarados gets a little bit of health back. So I'm going to go for the Giga Drain onto the Politoed. And I'm going to go for the Waterfall on the Togekiss. Hopefully the confusion, hopefully I don't get confused and actually hurt myself. I'm hoping that's what happens. But the Togekiss can probably go for Air Slash onto my Venusaur. He goes for Double Protect and he gets the Double Protect. Oh my god. Okay, I go for the Waterfall. It makes the connection. Do I get a flinch? No. Goes for Air Slash. Ah! Oh my god. Alright. So the Politoed is going to go down to the Leech Life, or to the Leech Seed. And since the Kingdra is poisoned, that's fine by me. The Togekiss can go down to the Fake Out Waterfall, hopefully. So he actually switches out the Politoed. He goes into Toxapex. Oh god, this is going to get annoying. Fake Out into the Togekiss. I get the Waterfall. Yes! I'm gonna go for another Waterfall. Come on, don't get confused. Yes! Waterfall makes the connection. And that's a dead Togekiss right there. I honestly think I can pull this game back. Oh no, here comes the Toxic onto my Gyarados. Are you serious? Oh my god. I honestly think I can still pull this game back. If I play my cards right, I can pull this game back. I honestly think I can. I got a Burn Grimmsnarl, that doesn't really matter. And I got a Poison Gyarados, that's really gonna be a problem. So here comes the Politoed. Oh, okay. I think I know what he's doing. He's gonna go ahead and set up the rain for his for the Kingdra. But I'm gonna have to. My Gyarados is not supposed to go ahead and Dynamax because he's not the candidate for it. But at this point, Gyarados, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to Dynamax for me. Let's do this, Gyarados. You're gonna have to get that boost in special defense so then that way the Hurricanes doesn't do that much to you. Politoed can't move because of the full paralysis. The Thunder Wave comes off and hits the Toxapex. And I snap out of the confusion. Yes! Here comes the Max Quake into the Toxapex. And that knocks it out. Let's go! Okay, I definitely can bring back this game. Gyarados, you are putting in the work as of this point right now. Special defense gets boosted. And the Moxie boost comes off and I get a +1 in attack. Yes. Yes. And then since the Kingdra actually got switched out, his stats are no longer applied to it anymore. But the light screen did wear off, but that's fine. I can actually go ahead and bring back this game by going ahead and putting up another light screen. So here comes another light screen. And I'm going to go for the Max Rimwind into the Kingdra slot, because the Politoed can't do nothing to me as of this point. Hey, that's fine. You can go for the Protect all you want. Go for the Protects. Go for the Protects. I honestly don't care. Because I'm going to put up myself another light screen. Now this is a comeback of the century, man. Even through Protect, Moxie still comes through. Let's go! Oh my god. I brought back that game so well. I know the poison is racking up, but it cannot do nothing to me as of this point. And the Reflect roll wore off. Hey, but that's fine. I'm going to go for the Reflect. And I'm just going to go YOLO. And the battle was canceled. I brought back that match, and that was so good. GG's to my opponent. Oh my god. Duraludon doesn't really put that much work into this team, but he's gonna have to do, because I can really put in a lot. Actually, no, Duraludon puts in so much work against this team. What am I talking about? So yeah, I'm gonna go with Grimmsnarl Duraludon lead, and I'm gonna go with Gyarados, and if the Snorlax ends up coming in, or the Corviknight, then I can go ahead and I can get a Toxic and stuff like that off on the Corviknight or whatnot. So yeah, this will be the last match, and if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose, and we're just gonna have to go ahead and bring it back later. So here comes Urshifu Snorlax. Alright. Alright. And I honestly think that the Urshifu is more of a major threat here as of this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and double in on to the Urshifu. Why did I go for Dark Pulse when I should have been for Dragon Pulse? Oh, man. He actually Dynamaxed his Urshifu. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I had a feeling that this Urshifu was going to be the candidate for Dynamaxing, or in this case, G-Max. But here comes the Fake Out onto the Urshifu. That's not going to do anything. Max Ooze. Oh my god. Grimmsnarl, you beast! Grimmsnarl actually lived? What? Went for counter. I'm not even worried about you right now, Snorlax. So I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse and Light Screen. G-Max Rapid Flow. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that is way more damage. Here comes the Thunder Punch. Grimmsnarl goes down. That's fine. Not really worried about that. But now Gyarados can come in. And since Gyarados has the Assault Vest, and also it's very strong, I can go ahead and go into the Snorlax now. So here comes my G-Max Duraludon. And if you guys know, I'm going for the G-Max depletion onto the Snorlax slot. Yeah. And I'm going to go for the bounce on the Urshifu. Here comes the Max Knuckle. And that goes into my Duraludon. My Duraludon's going to live, of course. Here comes the weakness policy. And the bounce. And that's going to be his last turn of Dynamax, or G-Max, I believe. Oh, I went for the Max Steel Spike onto the Snorlax. That's fine. I want to actually raise up my defense anyways. And he popped, I just popped his berry, and that's citrus, I believe. Yeah. He went for the counter, but it failed. Okay. Alright. So that was his last turn of G-Max. And I'm gonna go for another Max Steel Spike onto the Snorlax slot. Here comes the Brick Break. Oh my god, and it just took out my Duraludon. Here goes the bounce. And Urshifu's down. I get the Moxie boost. Thunder Punch comes. Hits my Gyarados. Oh my god, that does so much damage. Here comes Avalugg. Yeah, I said that right. Avalugg. So I'm going to go for the Flamethrower on the Avalugg. Hope I get a crit or a high roll. Oh my god, I got a high roll, but he got Focus Sash. Can I get a burn? No. What? Are you kidding me? I get 2 high rolls, and they both survived on 1 HP. And a Mirror Coat. Wow. Dang, man. I cannot believe that. Anyways, that was our double battles, and we actually won one, which I'm actually surprised. Actually brought back that game very well, but unfortunately we lost the second round. I thought we were actually going to win, but unfortunately we lost. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the notification bell to be notified, and share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.